New Orleans Saints have a decision to make moving forward, and it's a good one because right now they've got 89 players on their 90-man roster. Um, you've had a couple of retirements that have been processed with Derek Carr and Ryan Ramczyk over the last couple of weeks, and you've got an extra spot. And this time around, you actually have a little coin in your pocket to go spend to fill that roster spot. In the past, you had to do a bunch of gymnastics to make sure that you had the dollars available to sign someone and remain cap compliant. But now the Saints have the ability to do a little bit of that. Jonathan Bullard is a name that has uh, been rumored in connection with the Saints. He is a really, really good run stopper, and that's something the Saints desperately need. You have what I think is a promising young player in Brian Brzee on the interior, but he's a much better pass rusher and disruptor in the backfield than he is to hold the point of attack and make plays around the line of scrimmage. That's he needs some work there, and he's going to get it. But he's just a better pass rusher right now than he is a run stopper. So the Saints need someone to come in and stop the run. The Saints' run defense last year was you could make the argument if you take all the statistics and boil them down, the worst in the NFL last year, the worst. And you're never going to win like that. The Saints are changing up the way they play defense. They're going to change their alignment up front. Brandon Staley is going to overhaul a lot of things that Dennis Allen had put into place. And Dennis Allen's defense essentially just kind of aged out of its productivity. It was great and great, 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 good, and it was with Staley coming in, you're going to have to make some moves. You're going to have to get a little bit younger, and you're going to have to spend a little bit of money in the next couple of years as the salary cap room opens up. And Jonathan Bullard from this team, I think, makes a ton of sense. Ross has written over at LouisianaSports.net that Jonathan Bullard and Brandon Staley's got some familiarity with previous stops. I think that he makes a lot of sense for this team if you can grab him. Asante Samuel Jr. is interesting. You're a little thin for my liking at cornerback right now. He's had a neck procedure in the offseason. He's going to get checked out again in July. If that looks good, you could add him into the mix. You're always concerned when you got a serious injury like a neck. That's something that just sounds scary. So there is risk there. But if the medicals check out and you want to bring him in to compete with Kool-Aid McKinstry, compete with Alante Taylor, and then deal with an early round draft choice that you've made there, yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense as well. The last one is one that I really do like. It's Gabe Davis is a guy that Ross Jackson over at LouisianaSports.net mentioned. He's 6'2", so he's not the 6'5" guy that I would like the Saints to add, but he's physical. He's 225 pounds. He is a pro, and I think he does add to what is a suspect wide receiver room. Is he a game changer? No. Is he a little bit different than what you have? Yes. Do I think it makes sense to add him? Yes. Is there risk in him from an injury perspective? Yes. He may not be available until a month into the season or so. But again, when you consider adding someone on the offensive side of the football to this roster, and when you think about doing that with anybody, wide receiver, tight end, offensive line, backup quarterback, anybody, the first thing that I think of is not, well, how do they impact the wins and the losses in 2025? That's not my first thought. My first thought, think about a veteran on the offensive side of the ball is how do they help Tyler Show? That to me is the most important thing. And Gabe Davis being a pro, coming in, helping be a possession receiver for a group full of kind of downfield threats, which Heed and Olave can't be and Cooks was early in his career. Like, if you think that's going to help his development in any way, I'm for it because you're not going to sign Gabe Davis to a 4-year deal like that. That's not going to happen. All of these are feeling like 1 and 2 year deals, and none of them, as I look at, feel like break the bank type deals. Bullard may command more money than Samuel or Davis based on his position and his productivity, but none of them are going to be ones that I look at and go, "Oh, I don't know if you should have done that." Like that you're not in a position where these guys are going to command that much money. So I think all three of these make sense for different reasons. You've got one spot and some money to spend. Like I'm looking at this going, okay, I feel like this makes some sense. There are not a lot of 1 and 2 year deals on this team that I think are big issues. So I like Bullard, I like Samuel, I like Davis. You made me rank them in order. I would go Bullard first, Samuel second, Davis third. But I think any of them would make a heck of a lot of sense. So,
Hey, it's on. Thanks for watching Hunt on Saints. Before you leave, help us out a little bit. Hit that like button, leave your comments in the section below, and hit that subscribe button so you get all our content right here from Hunt on Saints. We'll see you next time.